What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here with the review for Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 17, titled 2 Body Bags. How y'all feeling on this Saturday morning? I'm feeling good. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode review, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the episode wasn't a whole lot, but it was interesting. Certain parts were. So let's start up with Destiny and Shawn. So you guys, you remember last week's episode, Shawn got down on one knee and proposed to Destiny. Now, I was wondering if Destiny was going to say yes to this proposal, and she shocked me. She said yes. I thought she was going to actually say no to the proposal, but I'm like, this marriage, if it even happens, this shit is doomed from the start. Like, I just don't see these two making it down the aisle with each other. I don't even see them making it to a bridal, her making it to a bridal store and him getting the tux. I just don't see it. It's doomed to fail. So, you know, now Shawn wants for Destiny to meet up with Kelly because of his kids, which I understand that part, because if you're going to marry this woman, then yes, she needs to meet the mother of your kids. I'm still confused as hell about Destiny. She's talking about she feels disrespected by Kelly. How and why? Kelly has birthed 6 children for this man. So what the fuck are you so in your feelings about? Like, it makes no sense to me. You and your feelings this deep, this hard. Why, sis? Why? Like, make that shit make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me at all that she's this deep in her feelings. Again, the man has 6 kids with the woman. And talking about why is she calling you? You said that y'all don't have a great relationship. I mean, most parents that are not together and they, you know, co-parent with their kids, they might not have the best relationship with each other, but for the sake of their kids, they make whatever relationship they have work. This girl is just stupid. It's stupid beyond all fucking means. Like, I just don't get it. The stupidity with her. So then we do see Shawn and Destiny. So they are going to go get ready to go meet Kelly. And, you know, she's talking about, don't feel some type of way if your baby mama get beat up. I can't stand Destiny. I really can't. Like, God. It's just like, okay. Again, they are both hella fucking stupid. But they do go to meet Kelly, and that was actually where the episode ended. Kelly walked into the restaurant. Now, Destiny did take off the ring on her finger. I didn't understand that part. I mean, shit, just tell the woman y'all engaged. But 2 stupid people in a boat rowing together. Whatever. Just made no sense to me. But let's move on to the next couple. If it lets me. I really hate this thing at times. I need to buy a new battery. Alright, you guys, let's move over to Chevelle and Quaylin. These two annoy me as well, and it's not even really Quaylin that annoyed me. It's Chevelle in this episode that annoyed me. So it's been a week since, you know, Quaylin came to Houston. Well, I'm not in Houston, I'm in Dallas. So it's been a week since he came to Texas, and she hasn't heard from him. And I'm like, okay, that's not alarming or anything. He went to Texas to see his family. So I'm pretty sure he is, you know, enjoying his time with his family, and he's not necessarily just thinking, oh my God, let me call Chevelle. Let me check in with Chevelle. Let me do this with Chevelle. Chevelle. No. So, you know, we see him talk to his sister that we met in last week's episode. Can't remember what her name was. I remember what her name is. Qua something. I just don't understand the mama with these goddamn Q names. Like, what the fuck? Quaviance, something like that. Ghetto ass name. Whew. Black people. My people. Why we do this to our kids? Why we give our kids names that people cannot fucking pronounce? I know we think I know we think we're being, you know, unique. Sometimes uniqueness, we need to kill it. Just saying. I'm not saying we got to go with the traditional, you know, quote unquote white people name, but give our kids names that people can actually fucking pronounce. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we can get crazy with the spelling. I don't give a fuck. As long as people can pronounce the goddamn shit. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is just as long as we can pronounce the names. So yeah, the sister calls him. He's out doing stuff, in the house, around the house for the mama. She's talking about, okay, let's go out. I want you to meet some of my friends. I will say one thing about Quaylon. He is, anytime they want him to meet a girl, he's saying no, like, I'm with Chevelle. And I do respect that part about him. So then we see Chevelle with her daughter, Maila. I don't feel bad for Chevelle. I feel bad for that child. Because Chevelle's talking about the fact that her daughter is yearning for a father. I mean, doesn't she have one? I mean, he might be absentee, but that's on him. That's on him if he's absentee. The problem that I have with Chevelle is, this boy just got out of prison. Now, granted, I know he told you all kind of shit when he was in prison, but the fact is, he's been in prison most of his adult life, so he's not at the maturity level that you want him at. And I don't see how she doesn't see that. And I really feel bad for this child because the fact that you just picking I'm not saying that he was actually, yes, he was a random man. You picked this man and you introduced your daughter to him. Get to know him on a much personal and deeper level before you introduce your child to him. And at least went to the man is out of fucking prison to really get to know him and see if he is who he says he is. Chevelle is stupid as shit. Just gotta put it that way. So we see Quaylon. So he's out with his sisters, whatever the hell her name is. Nisi is what I'm gonna call her, and Nandria is what I'm calling the other sister because I don't remember I can't pronounce their names. So he's out with Nandria and Nisi, and Nisi is the one that's trying to hook him up with her friend. And I'm just in here looking at Nisi's wig, and I'm like, Nisi, I hope your friend's hair looks better than yours, just saying. So the friend does come, and she's not a bad looking girl. But the thing that annoyed me with Nisi's friend, Alyssa, is that she was thirsty. And I think she was thirsty for the camera time. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. She was just doing, Nisi's friend, Alyssa, was putting on for the cameras. That's all it was. Alyssa was just putting on for them cameras because she saw the cameras and she was like, oh, this is my shot to get on TV. I'm going to go all out. So what your brother into? Oh, he into music? Okay. Oh, the hair? I like that. I can get with that. And then when he come back, I like your hair. No, Nisi's friend Alyssa, don't touch my hair. And then she's like, what kind of music you into? It's like, oh, I'm into all kind of music. And then Nisi, like, oh, we need to get a picture for this. And she takes a picture. And then she takes a picture of them. I'm like, Nisi. I can see right through this bullshit. Because I knew exactly what was going to happen when it happened. So when Nisi took that picture, she said she's posting it. I'm like, oh. So Nisi finna post this picture. Chevelle's going to see this picture. Chevelle's going to call Quaylon, and go off on him. And what happened? Exactly what I just said. Nisi posted the picture allegedly on, I'm guessing, maybe Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, wherever the hell she posted it. Nisi posted it, and Chevelle saw it, called him, asked him where he was. He said he with his sisters. She's like, where y'all at? He said at the crib chilling. She said, that's a lie because you out and I see you on a date. And I was just over at that point. I'm like, y'all going back and forth for no fucking reason. This is a setup. This is not real. Yeah, that wasn't real. That was just for the cameras. You can't even make me believe that. Because like I said, Nisi took the picture and within seconds, Chevelle was calling. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't happen in real life, but yeah, whatever. That's why I say that Alyssa was put on for them cameras. But let's move on. All right, you guys, I'm going to skip over the next couple because I'm going in order of how they came on the show, but I'm skipping Heather and Dylan. So we're going to talk about Christina and John. It's not really much to discuss with Christina and John. You guys remember, John is still on this whole thing about consummating his marriage to Christina. If I ever hear the word consummate again in my life, I will fucking scream. Consummate has now just, The image of John has just been seared in my brain with the word consummate. Oh, God. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I just threw my damn thing, my shutter, to click the camera. Fuck, so I'm gonna have to do it by hand until I get up and go pick it up. So, thanks to John and his word fucking consummate. So, John and Christiana, they're going to a hotel because they want some privacy away from Mama and Tara. I think that's her sister's name, Tara. So they want some privacy away from them too. And they're going to the hotel to have sex. And I'm just like, ugh. 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 John would be the last person. If I were a woman and me and John were the last two people on earth, and God came down and said, you two have to have sex in order to repopulate the world, I'm like, well, God, I am so sorry to tell you, but that's not gonna happen unless you gonna knock me out and drug me. Well, not even drug me. Unless you just gonna boom, knock me out, then mankind is just doomed. Or unless you're gonna do, immaculate conception, because I'm not having sex with that. Do you see that? Do you see what you created right here? This is not appealing. He looks dirty. He really, and no shade, no shade. I don't know what kind of Native American he's going for. I don't really know, because I don't know very many Native Americans that look like that. Because his hair, and that's really what the problem is for me with John. It's his hair. It's stringy. It looks like he hasn't washed it in days, months, and years. And it just looks a nasty mess. I mean, if your hair looks like that, I can just imagine. Never mind. We're going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Mm-mm. 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 WeTV, I'm going to pray for Christiana. I really am. I'm going to pray for her that, she gets the help that she needs. But WeTV, never, ever, ever invite John and Christiana back. Unless Christiana finds another man. Because I don't ever want to see John again. With him doing what he's done for Christiana, I do see a different side of him. But this one side doesn't overpower the others. Sleazeball, nasty, fake Native American shit that I'm seeing from him. So they go back to where her mom and go back to his place. And, she's supposed to turn herself into the police today. And she's like, I just want to spend time with you and Mom, and I'll do it tomorrow. I feel like Christiana at this point is just pushing it off. She's just pushing off the inevitable. Like, I would rather for Christiana to turn herself in than the cops come and knock down the door. Your mama got a fucking... Girl, your mama is on an oxygen tank. Think about your mama. Think about your mama. She's on an oxygen tank. How many good years she got left? And I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny with that. Like, I don't know why she's on an oxygen tank, but I mean, what about her? Think about her heart, her lungs, whatever. Mama look like if they come in, she could croak over and die. That's not a joke. I'm just saying that's just how she looks. She looks frail. But that's it for John and Christiana, you guys. And I'm going to move on. Cause I spent too much time on John. So we're gonna move on. All right, you guys, next, let's talk about Lindsay and Scott. I had all but forgot about Lindsay and Scott, to be quite honest with you guys. So, I guess 11 days have passed since the last time we saw them, because they showed that, because the last time we saw Lindsay, actually, it might be 10 days. Because the last time we saw Lindsay and Scott, it was the day after Scott found that alleged book that she quoted. So Lindsay has a friend coming over. Her name is Tara. I think that's what she said her name is. So Tara is obviously someone she knew before prison, and they did a little bit of time together in prison. So, Tara comes over with a gift for Lindsay. It's some makeup. Now, before Tara actually went into the house, producers stopped her and they asked her, so when it comes down to Lindsay and Scott, do you think Lindsay is with him just for the money? And Tara Bell was like, hell yeah. Like, Lindsay, you know, if you can't provide for her, then she will just, you know, find a way and she will move on. But yes, it's 100% for the money. I'm like, hell, who the hell did not know that Lindsay was just with Scott for the money? Now, the caveat to that is I don't think Scott has the money that Lindsay thinks he has. I mean, look at that house. It's not done. That house actually looks quite empty, to be quite honest with you. Because I was looking at the living room. I'm like, what the fuck is in this living room? And you just got a couch. You don't have no tables. Like, what is going on with this house? And then, you know, they went to where Miley Grace's bedroom is. I'm like, is this the fucking attic? So are y'all putting the child in the attic? Okay. Then we also find out that Lindsay and Tara Bell have some kind of a relationship. Now, I did see in the preview, I think for next week's episode, which is the finale episode, I did see them kissing. I'm like, oh, they got a romantic relationship. Is Scott going to be okay with this? Is Scott going to be okay with her? Well, whatever. Who the fuck cares? Ugh. That lip. That lip. That lip. That lip. Moving on. Well, I thought I was. Did I turn this thing off? You guys, I really hate this thing at times. Alright, guys, and then let's discuss Maurice and Jessica. It wasn't much with Maurice and Jessica. It actually was all Jessica. So we see Jessica. Jessica's getting ready to go out with her mom to do wedding dress shopping. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, wedding dress shopping, like, you're not gonna tell your mama that you're pregnant? Because whatever dresses you try on, they're probably gonna be a little bit big for you. And you gotta think about the fact that you have a growing human in your body. So whenever your wedding is, you might be a little bit bigger than what you are now. So I'm like, you're not gonna tell her, huh? Okay. So then, you know, she was telling her mom that, you know, she asked someone named Tiffany, I'm assuming that's her friend, to be her maid of honor. Now, she would have preferred it to be her sister. But, you know, they haven't talked in 4.5 years. I'm like, God damn. You know, what I was just about to say, how do you not talk to your sister for 4.5 years? But I am not the person to talk. I am not the person to talk about talking to your sister in 4.5 years. So, shut up. Okay, damn, you ain't really got to tell me to shut up, but I mean, damn, thank you. Yeah, I'm not one to talk because I haven't talked. I have 3 brothers and a sister, and I have not talked to my older brother I haven't talked to my brother since, oh my God. No, it hasn't been 10 years yet, but it's actually slowly approaching 10 years. It's slowly approaching 10. I haven't talked to my brother since 2012. Yeah, it's been since 2012 since I talked to my brother. Interesting. That is crazy how time has gone by that we haven't talked to each other. At one point we were close to each other, but you know, something happened in our family, and that I asked him to mind his own damn business, and he didn't mind his own damn business. So I said, "Fuck you." And we haven't talked. Now, I'm not going to go in too deep about why we haven't spoken with each other, but I guess I can understand why they haven't. I mean, I don't understand why they haven't talked in 4.5 years, because this has to do with Maurice, and I don't understand why with the sister, what her issue is with Maurice. If is it because he's a convict? Is it because he was black? I don't know. So I just questioned that part. So they do make it to the bridal store. And the first dress she tried on, I was just like, girl, you knew damn well that dress didn't fit you, period. Without you being 6 weeks pregnant, that dress did not fit you. Like, it was too scrunched up in the front. And then when she turned around in the back, she couldn't even zip the damn thing up. So then, the sales lady, she was like, should we get a glass of champagne? And she was like, I'm not drinking champagne. And her mom was like, why not? Like, you don't want to cheers with us? And she finally lets it slip to her mom that she's pregnant. Now, she's wondering how Maurice is going to handle it, because they agreed not to tell anybody. I'm like, girl, Maurice ain't going to give a fuck, because he's already told your daddy. So the family knows now, minus your sister. So, she tries on another dress. I will say the dress that she did try on, the last dress that she tried on, I'm like, oh, that is a beautiful dress on her. I just kind of wanted her titties to just sit up just a little bit because her titties, was, it was her titties that was just like, they were sitting low. I was like, why? I'm like, you pregnant, so I would think that there's milk in there, so I would think your titties would be kind of perky. But her titties were just kind of hanging. No shade or nothing, but they were hanging. But the dress was pretty. The other thing that I was looking at, I'm like, ooh, your hair. Your hair is flat as hell. I'm like, I hope when you do get on your wedding day, I'm like, I hope they do something extravagant with your hair, because you need for that dress, her hair needs to look a certain type of way. I don't know what way her hair would need to look, but her hair would have to be something, maybe curled, maybe I think she would look good with some curls. I don't know, but her hair was just flat. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to do something with that hair. But yeah, that's it for Jessica and Maurice, and we gonna finish the episode out with that nutcase Heather and Dylan. Like, goddamn those two. Pray for him. Pray for him. All right, you guys, next let's discuss Heather and Dylan. I don't even need my notes for this one. Heather, she is a few screws loose. Ooh, I mean, damn. You know, I joke about it, but there is something wrong with Heather. Like, you can't tell me that there's not. Something is wrong with Heather. Like, first of all, the girl was driving down a one-way street, and I just, in that scene, you know, last week's episode I was laughing when she went down that one-way street. But in this episode, I wasn't laughing at her because I really saw that there was something wrong with her mentally, because I'm like, is something not clicking with Heather. I don't know if it's her past or what, but something is just not right when it comes to Heather. And I really hope and pray that Heather gets the help that she needs, because she desperately needs some help. Like, Dylan had to throw that fucking car into park and take the fucking keys in order to stop her. And when she did stop, she's screaming, "You bitch! You bitch!" I'm just like, damn. I felt bad for Heather and Dylan in that scene. I really felt bad for Dylan, because Dylan, when she got the keys, she left and left him there. So he had to use one of the producer's phone to call an Uber. I'm like, damn, oh man, I'm like, that's fucked up. But again, like I said, Heather, I'm glad he didn't stay in that car with her, because there's no telling what could have happened. Like, there's really no telling what could have happened with him and her. So then we see him, he goes and meets his mom and his aunt, and he explains to them, you know, everything that happened. And then in his interview with the producers, he said something, I'm like, yeah, that Heather has an obsession with him, and it's not a healthy one. Healthy at all. But I wonder if she's like that with anybody, because he hadn't really saw his mom, because he said that, you know, Heather would freak out when she would go about going to the prison. I'm like, girl, that is his mama. What do you think she's gonna? Never mind, because I don't know what's going on inside of Heather's brain. I don't. But again, Heather, you need help. That's all I gotta say is Heather needs some serious help. But you guys, that is gonna be it for this episode review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments in the comment section below, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. And until the next one, you guys, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance. And until the next one, you guys,